Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over 5 players that you should maybe think about bringing into your team for Game Week 4 and onwards. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what players have caught your eye, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, we have Nicholas Jackson, Chelsea's striker. We did actually have him in the last video we went over 4 players to buy, and that is because his fixtures are still incredible and he's still ticking over. He did obviously score in that Luton game, which was very, very nice for all of the new owners. Didn't pick up an assist in that game, but definitely should have. Chilwell situation, I mean, we can all be annoyed about it, especially if you are a Jackson and Chilwell owner like myself. Why Chilwell didn't shoot there? Only he knows, but unfortunately, that did cost Jackson an assist. I mean, it was a lot of points, actually. The 6 points for Chilwell. Probably could have been some bonus for Jackson as well, but definitely should have got an assist in that game. I mean, if you just take a look at his XG, 2.26, he's been very unlucky not to have scored more goals. 1 goal from that XG is very, very unfortunate, and he's obviously underperforming on the goals front, but his XG is still there. He's still getting into the right places. He's still getting a lot of shots. As you can see, 10 shots in the box. That is unrivaled, really, by many players in FPL at the moment. He's definitely going to get a massive haul soon, and it very well could be in Game Week 4 at home to Forest. Of course, his assists have gone up, his expected assists, because of that chance that he created for Chilwell. But again, he's had 5 big chances, 10 shots in the box to only score 1 goal. You know, he's been very unlucky. Hopefully he can bag a few more. I mean, he was really good in pre-season, which is why a lot of people were kind of and ahhing about bringing him in. Of course, the first 2 game weeks didn't really go to plan. He did pick up 1 point in both of those. So if you did start the season with him, it was a really unlucky, and then of course a lot of people brought him in Game Week 3 like myself to get those points. But yeah, I think with the fixtures he's got coming up, Forest at home, Bournemouth away, Villa at home, Fulham away, and then Burnley away, I think Jackson is doing a massive haul, and it very well could be this weekend. But if you are looking for a striker, he's definitely someone to bring in. Obviously there are other options like Watkins, who's also been playing really, really well. And again, it's one of those, do you sell Watkins for Jackson? I feel like if I was in that position, I probably wouldn't if there were other kind of fires in my team that need to be put out. Like if you do have a Gabriel, you have an Onana, you have a Pickford, you have a Luke Shaw, or you just have players that have got terrible fixtures coming up, like even Saliba or something like that, then maybe you use your transfer on that, because I don't think Watkins to a Jackson is an immediate transfer. But if you do need a good striker and you don't have Watkins or something, then yeah, Jackson is definitely someone you could think about bringing into your team. Next up, we do actually have James Maddison, who has of course been on everybody's radar this week. The big question is Maddison, Foden, or Sterling. Maddison for me is one of the better options. He is on all of the set pieces. He's on free kicks, he's on corners, potentially could be on penalties as well. We are still waiting for that Spurs penalty. He did actually convert a really nice penalty in the shootout in the Carabao Cup earlier on in the week, so I don't know if that maybe raised the manager's eyebrows. He did only come on for a small cameo, but of course they did win that game. But if he's on penalties, then he's going to be an absolutely insane player to have, because he was on penalties at Leicester. He did, I believe he did miss a couple, but I mean, hey, if he's on penalties for Spurs, then that's only going to raise his kind of value. He has, of course, scored 1 goal so far. He's assisted 2. His XG and expected assists are very, very good. Like I say, he's on everything. He's on corners, set pieces, everything like that. And he's just the talisman of that Spurs team. Everything goes through him. And it is unfortunate that Richarlison is like in front of him, because obviously he just can't finish his dinner. But with the likes of, you know, Brennan Johnson now rumoured to be coming into Spurs, they are, I think, actually making a big offer for the Forest forward today. Then that obviously will help him out, because Brennan Johnson, you know, as a Forest fan, it's going to be sad to see him go, but he is a really good player, and if you are a Spurs fan, you are getting a really good player. Probably not worth the 50 mil that's like being kind of thrown around. I don't know what the price is going to be, but yeah, I mean, he can finish, and you know, Maddison, that's only going to help Maddison really. And of course, you've still got Son as well, who of course can strike a ball very well. So yeah, 2 big chances he had. He scored 1 of them, so not a bad conversion rate. He's had 7 shots in the box as well, which is also very, very nice. He's just a really good player to have. And again, Burnley and Sheffield United well, Burnley away and then Sheffield United at home coming up for the next 2 game weeks. Really nice. Of course, that Arsenal at home and Arsenal away and Liverpool at home fixture aren't great, but you know, he can definitely score in any game. And Arsenal haven't been great defensively at home, so he could definitely nick something there. I mean, it's a London derby as well, so anything could happen in that game. But then he's got Luton away as well in Game Week 8, so a really nice fixture there. So yeah, I do really like Maddison as a pick, and again, for me, I think I put him a little bit higher than Sterling and Foden this week, but that's just my personal preference. Obviously, you guys may have different preferences. Talking about Sterling, though, he is, of course, a player that you should also maybe think about bringing in if you do also already own Maddison, or maybe you just like the look of Sterling more. I mean, his fixtures coming up are just incredible, like Forest home, Bournemouth away, Villa at home, Fulham away, and then Burnley away. Just ridiculous fixtures. And yeah, he obviously scored 2 and got an assist in that Luton game. Absolute loving life if you did own Sterling for that. I mean, I saw some people captain him as well. Like, fair play, that is a massive punt, and it definitely paid off. But yeah, his XG being 1.21, not bad at all. It's his penalty touches, like it's his touches in the penalty box and the actual box and stuff. It's just really good, and that's what's like kind of bumping his numbers up really, really well. He's got an expected assist of 0.79. He's had 2 big chances, converted both of them, so not bad at all. And he's had 6 shots in the box. So yeah, I mean, with the fixtures coming up, he's definitely someone that I'd keep my eye on 100%. I mean, it's one of those, like, if you've got other fires in your team that you need to put out, then obviously you might want to use your transfers there. But I mean, a lot of people do own your Rashfords, your Odegaards, Martinelli, stuff like that. So I feel like if you own one of those players, then it could be one of those where you get rid of for Sterling. Again, it's one of those where, like, you might want to wait for them to come good and stuff. But when you've got players like Sterling, who's in form, you know, he looks to be like a 80 to 90 minute player. The fixtures are really, really good. He's someone that you might want to kind of just switch to instead of having that patience for like a Rashford or a Martinelli or something like that. But I do really like Sterling as a pick this week. Again, him, Maddison, and Foden. I feel like Foden's gone down a little bit in the pecking order because of the signings that City have just made, and they're also after like Palmer as well now. So they have made a few signings in that like position that Foden does play. So I think that does hurt his rotation risk a little bit, especially with like Champions League starting, everything like that. Whereas with your Maddisons and Sterling, they've got no European football. So it's one of those. And yeah, and Spurs actually lost that game as well. I don't know why I said they won it on penalties. Maddison converted a good penalty, but yeah, they did lose the game. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, moving on, we do have Udogie talking about more Spurs players. Really, really like the look of this guy. He seems to have been nailed now in that Spurs lineup in the starting 11. Has got an assist so far. His XG is actually really, really good as well. 0.51, not bad at all. Expected assist 0.58. He's had 1 big chance and he's had 1 shot in the box. But again, with the fixtures coming up for Spurs, especially that Burnley and Sheffield game, if you do have this player, then yeah, I think he's definitely a player that you play over the likes of Estepinian, Saliba, stuff like that, because he's just a really good player to watch, and especially with the new kind of system that Spurs are playing, it's just really benefiting this player. And again, I think he's just only going to get better. He's only going to get better numbers, and I think he's definitely due like a goal or something, or maybe a couple more assists, and very well could be in the game that happens this weekend. Burnley away is not a bad fixture at all for Udogie. Don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but really, really like the look of him. And again, definitely a defender transfer that you could bring in if you do have an Estepinian or a Saliba, and you're not really a fan of playing them this week. I mean, they've both got tough fixtures. Estepinian's got Newcastle, Saliba's got United. And again, I think Saliba's got like a decent couple of fixtures coming up, like with Everton and stuff, but it's like good fixture, bad fixture, good fixture, bad fixture. Whereas United's got a couple of tough fixtures coming up and stuff like that. So if you do own like a United defender, like a Shaw or something, obviously it's definitely a transfer, 100%. But yeah, Estepinian, also some bad fixtures coming up. Udogie's an easy transfer, definitely one of my priority transfers if I was looking for a new defender. And then finishing things off for number 5, we do have Mbeumo. Yeah, I mean, the XG of this guy is absolutely insane. I mean, it's mainly because of like the penalties and stuff, but he has scored 3 goals, XG of 2.62. That being said, though, his non-penalty XG is also really, really good as well. He is getting a lot of chances, and again, he is just that talisman now in that Brentford side, whilst Tony is serving his ban. Expected assists of 0.38. He's had 4 big chances. Again, he scored 3 of them, and shots in the box, he's had 7. Now, Brentford's fixtures are also really, really nice as well coming up. They've got Bournemouth at home this week. Newcastle away is not the greatest, but then they've got Everton at home, Forest away, and then United away. And I think he could generally score in all of those games, 100%. Like Newcastle, obviously, their heads have dropped since that Liverpool defeat. Everton don't look great. Bournemouth don't look great. Forest at home's obviously, you know, Forest are actually decent at home, but I think he could still score in that fixture. And then United away, United also do not look great. Obviously, this is after like international break, talking about like the United fixtures and stuff. But either way, I think that this player is definitely an option to bring in. It's one of those, like, who do you bring in though? Maddison, Sterling, and Mbeumo, or Foden? I feel like Foden, like I say, far down in the pecking order now with the signings that City have made. If you want someone that's guaranteed 90 minutes on penalties, good fixtures coming up, then Mbeumo obviously an option. Maddison on all the set pieces, good fixtures coming up, and then obviously Sterling, you know, the best fixtures out of the bunch, but, you know, isn't on penalties, isn't on set pieces, but his actual just kind of contribution and the touches he's having in the box are just really good. So they're all good options. There's not really any right or wrong answer. It's just which decision you want to make. But this is kind of what differentiates, like, your FPL points from other players in your mini league and stuff. Like, one person may go for Maddison and it might do really well, one person might go for Sterling and it not go well, and then that's the thing. So you kind of want all the different choices. You don't want everybody to have the same team. But anyway, those are 5 players that you should maybe think about bringing into your team for game week 4 and onwards. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What players are you thinking of bringing into your team this week? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.